This podcast is rated R for restricted. Under 17 requires accompanying parent or adult guardian.
Mission 250.
Hey, welcome to the Mission 250 Filmcast. We watch the best movies ever made. Our website is mission250filmcast.com. I'm one of your hosts, Denny, and the other hosts are...
Timmy Kneebuckle.
I did give it a long pause there. Normally I go first.
Yeah.
I wanted to see how long it would take.
Where were you?
Hey, Timmy.
Hey, Timmy had to jump in.
Timmy
there.
popped in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, it's Timmy's time to shine. Go,
Hey,
Timmy.
it's Timmy's turn. How you doing? I don't know where Terrence is. He's got to do a pole fuck. I'm doing the fucking thing for him. Fuck it.
Oh, God. And John, I don't know. You said your name,
Yes.
but... So this...
No, I didn't.
Oh, you
Yeah,
didn't?
fine.
Well,
You
you
go
just
ahead.
too long, so
Hey,
whatever.
John, did you say your name? Yeah.
No, it's fine.
I know what your name is. That's all I need. So yeah, this week we're watching The Sting, which was made in 1973. But first, we're going to see how this format works out. We're going to do a quick update to the list of movers and shakers in the top 250, new entries, removals, big movers, right? That's the three categories?
Yes, right. John here from the analytics department.
Programming and
here-
analytics at your service.
Yeah, that's
The
right.
research
Yes.
team. I'm on the
Yes.
research team.
This list update brought to you by the Grey Duck Theater in Rochester, Minnesota, an excellent micro theater and coffee
Hey,
shop.
very nice.
So we've got two new ones on the list. One is at
Should we describe what this
two-
list is, like in detail, at least for a couple episodes before it's like a normal thing? Or
All right, so it's the
That's a
Mission
good
2.
idea.
So it's the IMDb users top 250 list, and Amazon has a bit of a formula they apply, but mostly it's related to users voting and scoring the film. Like basically, it's the average score that the film gets by users, and then Amazon weights it a little bit depending on.
Amazon?
Or I should say IMDb.
Yeah.
But IMDb is owned by
Like, what the
Amazon.
Well, it's Amazon.
Yeah,
And I mean, it's
anyway.
based on what, 25,000 or above.
Yeah. So we've got each week, well, not necessarily each week, but we'll just give an update when it seems like an update is plausible. The list doesn't move, not plausible, but like interesting. The list doesn't move
when John
very fast.
deems it the right time, the
Yes.
list will be
Right.
updated.
So as of today, which again, since this is the February 20th, because we may release this in another couple weeks.
Oh, you're dating
because
us,
of
John.
the
Jesus,
way
that's
our
the
production
first.
works. Well, I don't want him to look at the list and go, it's not accurate. It's,
Sorry.
Excuse me.
yeah.
Trying to avoid the angry tweets in the
Yeah,
past.
well,
Good job.
also, it'd be my pride. I don't want to, hey man,
Because I don't edit your fuck ups enough.
Hey. You think I just walked out the street and got this job at the analytics department for this podcast? No. That's right. I'm sure that I beat out many qualified candidates that you two are all gentlemen are too like polite
You
to
have
tell
no
me
idea.
about.
Oh, we 180 fucking resumes, and we only got this guy. You know, Jesus.
So this week, so as of this time, we got two new entries to the list. So we have a new film or it's not a new film. It's a 2000 film from 2000, Hara Fairy. It's an Indian film. Three
I assume
unemployed men.
you're saying that wrong, but go
Well,
on.
I'm saying it totally wrong. I'm totally
I was like,
chopping it up and
Harry
butchering it.
Carey?
Is it
Yes,
about
no.
a hairy
hot dog.
fairy?
No, I butchered it. I put it in the freezer, and then I embarrassingly try to explain it away when they come and ask me, why is this film in the freezer? Anyway, so I don't know. Maybe someone else put it there.
I'm
the
a white guy.
unemployed-
I don't know. Shit.
Yeah,
Fuck,
yeah.
you know?
Three unemployed men find the answer to all of their money problems when they receive a call from a kidnapper. However, things do not go as planned.
Ooh, cliffhanger.
Amir Khan is not in this or
Okay.
associated with the film.
Okay.
So he's
That's
making
all
waves
I know about
for
it.
Indian. I'll give him credit for the waves he's making, right? He's probably
Yeah.
bringing all this attention to other Indian
Right.
movies.
That's true. So, and the sad thing is that 250 Groundhog Day is
It's back. Oh,
It's
no.
back. It's
Oh,
barely
no.
there.
Why?
It's just like the movie.
Yeah.
It's starting
It won't
all over
stop.
again.
Why
Yep.
won't it
And
stop?
it's trying to rape me.
It is. Over and over again. Look, there it is. Oh, and it's gone.
Oh,
And
he's
that's
back,
back.
Bill
It's
Murray.
just like the movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck. It's back. God
Bill
damn
Murray's
it.
behind me again. Oh, fuck.
Didn't it
Yeah.
snow yesterday? Fuck, I think it snowed yesterday. God damn it.
Now, off the list, from 231, Marriage Story is gone.
Good.
Didn't get the Oscar. And then on a more sad note, 247, Castle in the Sky is off.
Ah.
Womp womp.
I want any of the studio.
There's
Ghibli
enough Ghibli
movies in
ones
there.
on the list.
I know, that's fair. Other than that, there's not a lot of movement on the list. One of the biggest movers is only up 4. and that's Parasite because its current is 21 and its previous was 25.
Damn.
Wow.
So
Climbing the
Parasite's
ladder.
moved up to 21 in almost breaking the top 20 there. Pretty cool.
It's pretty
And
sweet.
deservedly
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it for our IMDb list update.
Oh, thank you, John.
Uh-huh.
And
Sweet.
actually, you get to keep talking because this week is your turn to go first. But first, the synopsis of this movie is it's a short one. 2 grifters team up to pull off the ultimate con. Go for it, John.
Yeah, it's called The Sting. So I did some research on stings. Did you know about the Schmidt Sting Pain Index?
Did you ever hear about the band The Police?
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say. I heard. The police.
Yeah.
You know. Did you
The
ever
Schmidt
hear? You ever
Shing
walk on
Sting?
Fields of Gold? Did
How
you
did
ever
he
walk
get
on
the
Fields
name?
of
How
Gold?
did he get the name Sting? How did Sting come by the name Sting?
He was raised by a bumblebee.
Yeah, he's into tantric sex. Who knows? He's into some
It's
shit.
he just like wandered out of the forest going. Zzz. Oh, whoa!
This boy can
Oh.
sing.
No,
Yeah.
he Sting gained his nickname after his habit of wearing a black and yellow sweater with hoop stripes with the Phoenix Jasmine. Bad leader
God,
Gordon
how lame
Solomon
is that?
thought he
That's
looked
the
like a
fucking-
bee, according to Sting himself. Though I thought I looked like a wasp, which prompted the name Sting. That's from the.
So I
Oh,
was like
God, that
pretty
is
close with my joke. What actually
The
happened?
lamest thing I've ever heard. Can we not ever bring that back up again? I was really hoping that name came from something much
So
cooler.
I would like to share with you the Schmidt Sting Pain Index, which is pretty funny.
Schmidt
At some
Pain
point.
Index.
Yeah.
Is
Have you heard
is
about
that
this?
like a psychological thing, or is this just like a joke?
This guy named Justin Schmidt, and he's an entomologist. And what he did was he would let himself get stung by bees, wasps, everything he could, and he came up with a pain index. So he had pain level 1, 2, 3, and 4. So like,
Okay.
listen, and he had these great descriptions. So let's see, pain level 1. You know, that's like the southern fire ant, the digger bee, and most small bees. And he describes that as light, ephemeral, almost fruity.
What?
A tiny spark has singed a single hair on your arm.
That's
Now,
that's.
pain level 2.
This is
This is
I'm
from
scared of the rest of the
Wikipedia page
pain
for this.
levels.
I know. Well, this is like the sting of the western honeybee is a pain level 2. There's a variety of wasp bees and ants that are pain level 2, which he describes as the debilitating pain of a migraine contained in the tip of your finger. Or hot and smoky, almost irreverent. Imagine W.C. Fields extinguishing a cigar on your tongue.
Oh, this guy is an artist of bee
Yes,
stinging.
I think it's pretty amazing. So pain level 3. So that's going to be like the red paper wasp, the meretricious paper wasp, and the velvet ant, which is actually a wasp, not an ant. But
Never
whatever.
heard of any of these insects.
No, but it's not
Nope.
good. Not good. So pain level 3 is after 8 unrelenting hours of drilling into that ingrown toenail, you
Ugh.
find that the drill is wedged into the toe.
No, I like that.
No, I know. I know.
Yeah.
What's wrong
Okay,
with
no.
this guy?
Pain level 4, that's the highest level of the Schmidt pain index, the sting of the bullet ant. And that's only one. Oh, his original list had only one such example. And Schmidt has described the sting as pure, intense, brilliant pain, like walking over flaming charcoal with a 3-inch nail embedded in your heel.
Dear God.
And he knows that. How does he know that pain?
Now,
I-
Schmidt
what?
later gave the sting of the tarantula hawk a rating of 4, which he described as a blinding, fierce, shockingly electric.
What did you say? You said tarantula.
Tarantula
hawk?
wasp, tarantula hawk. Yeah, those are the
What is that?
big
What
old,
is that?
Is that a bird
That
or a
sounds
spider?
worse than the
It's a
pain,
wasp that
guys.
It's a wasp that can kill tarantulas.
Holy
Oh, Jesus.
shit!
I'm gonna
They
look
must
this
be
up.
gnarly.
He also rated the sting of the warrior wasp as a 4, describing it as torture. You are chained in the flow of an active volcano. Why did I start this list?
Oh my God, dude! You see how big these fucking tarantula hawks are? Holy crap! I don't like that.
Dude. So
It's the
I
size
would-
of a tarantula.
Oh God, I would equate these to the people that do like, you know how they, like there's people that go for the hot sauce contest on
Yeah,
purpose.
yeah, right,
I'm like,
right,
why are you
right,
doing
yeah.
that? What's
Yeah.
the matter with you? You know this is gonna suck. Why would you do this on purpose?
Because
Yeah,
it's
that's
fun
right.
and you get to be on TV.
It's a rite of passage.
He's also an entomologist, so he studies insects. So he's probably
Well,
you know,
he
that's his-
was
that's his
actually probably
career.
more right. Sorry, John.
Oh, no,
He's probably more involved with just like learning about them than was like, let's see how this feels.
Yeah,
I'm a
somebody-
proctologist, so on the weekends I spend my time sticking cue balls in my asshole.
I just stick my thumb up my ass and I watch TV all day.
It's research. You
pain
got to
index.
scale.
Yeah,
It's a pain index of 2, but it kind of feels good too.
I should let the people know about this.
Yeah.
So,
if you get to
anyway.
a pain at 3, you've gone too deep.
This is your fault, John. I blame you for this.
Hey, I was going to tell you that.
That's what you get for bringing us off track. It's going to come back to that every time.
Anyway,
We're talking about movies here somehow.
Yeah, I know. Well, let's talk about this movie. I enjoyed this film. This was a very entertaining film. I liked the plot of it. I was even taken in by certain spots. Like I didn't know there's a point where like and if you like this sort of a film,
Spoilers.
go see it and you haven't seen it because the plot is kind of the whole thing. So go see it if you're interested and you haven't. And Robert,
If you're into, I don't know, heist movies like Ocean's
caper
11
movies,
and shit, right?
yeah, where things are there's old switcheroos going on. But I thought it was great, and Paul Newman and Robert Redford are really fun to watch. And I was taken in by the film. I was like worried. Oh no, it really is. I thought it was the FBI. I didn't know.
I thought it was the FBI too.
You got
Everybody did.
Yeah.
Everybody. I mean, how would you not? That's what they pointed you to.
I thought Redford betrayed freaking
Yeah.
Newman at the end.
Yeah,
Right.
At
Yeah,
first, I
yeah,
thought
yeah.
they weren't, and so that alone was fun. You know, it sucked you, and that was the whole point, right? That's what the whole film is about. And it's insane what they're doing. And I tried to look up stings and capers to see if anybody ever really did anything like this, and couldn't really find anything. Which is how
The
I got
answer is
to
yes.
talking about bugs. So Denny, you can fill us in on some other.
Yeah, the answer is
historical
yes.
info.
Short
Yeah.
answer is yes.
But
It
what they
happened,
would actually put up a whole horse racing.
Yeah, they would do that
simulation in
frequently
a
in
basement?
Chicago in the 1930s and 40s. It was a
Really?
frequent thing because the
Awesome.
cops were so terrible back then that people could get away with anything.
That's cool.
Wow.
So,
Yeah.
because it seems unrealistic, right? That they would actually do that. It's like, well, doesn't somebody know, they're risking that their mark could walk in and go, hey, this wasn't here last week. I know this is real.
That's
But-
why you got to keep it up and keep the fake horse races going, off hours or whatever.
I loved how the film just really moved along well. And then the sort of like how everything was just clicking into place and how they set all this up and how they got, it was just fun to watch that. It was entertaining to watch that they were, they had this whole sham horse racing outfit going on. And I thought that was, again, really well done, how they show how they set it up and how they got the people involved and even the interviews.
It was convincing.
For it. Yeah, it was. And it wasn't boring. And it gave you the sense that you got to see how it all was constructed and it felt realistic.
Just throwing that in, it wasn't boring.
I
It's
know.
like, yeah, we've watched some boring movies. This one wasn't one of them.
It wasn't boring. That's my takeaway.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I
But
don't know.
maybe
Uh-oh.
there's some
I don't
dissent on the podcast. But I was taken in by it, and it also tricked me a little. I thought that was like a great. That's perfect. That's what you'd want a film like this to do, where it's a film about tricking people, and it also like tricks you for a little bit. I think that was really cool. So yeah, I try. I don't know. Is it some kind of absolute masterpiece or whatever? No, but it was very, very fun to watch.
I don't know, John. It
Yeah.
depends. I think you probably could consider it a masterpiece for what it's trying to do.
Yeah,
I think
like
it's
as
not trying to do
the best
anything more than
caper
what
film.
it does. And what it does.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're right.
Con you.
It pulls it
Yeah.
off really well.
And have a fun time with like some good looking dudes and you're just like
oh, man.
cool clothing and
Whose
like
blue
funny
eyes are
lines.
bluer?
and-
Whose blue eyes are bluer? I don't know. Just
I don't know.
think
I
you
didn't have
stare
the
at
same
me.
reaction you guys are having.
Oh, really? You didn't like it?
Oh.
I didn't dislike it. I just,
Well, TC, that might be
That's
all
good.
we can
no,
expect
John,
for
I'll let
you
you finish,
half
but
the time.
keep it positive
Hey,
for now.
that you did not dislike it is still that's kind of praise, from
Yeah.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have a few problems with it. That's all there is. That's why.
Okay.
It's just not,
All right.
and one of them is just technical, and it was bothering me the whole
Uh-oh.
time.
It was
So
like a shaky cam thing. What was
there's
it?
the
What was
ADR. ADR
was it
was
bad?
miserable. I mean,
Ooh, I can see how
miserable.
that could put you off your game.
Oh, especially me with like so sensitive to that shit. Like
Yeah.
I didn't like that they ADR'd Redford and Newman, and they didn't ADR the rest of the people. So like
Huh.
you'd hear them talk in a room, and the ancillary characters would be, in the room, and then it would be Redford's turn to talk, and it'd be like right in your face.
Huh.
And it was
I didn't notice that at
bothering
all.
me. I was thinking to myself, I wish I hadn't watched this with headphones on. Because I may not have noticed it as much. But I
Yeah,
was
you're
like,
right.
right in my
maybe,
ears.
Maybe that's a trick, like lower the fidelity there, right? So it doesn't like,
Right.
yeah.
If it had been a little bit of, because I was watching it late, so I had my headphones on, and it was just like, it was killing me.
Oh man, that could ruin the experience. I
Yeah,
think. in a lot
it
of
did. It
ways.
took me out of it, and so I
Because
wasn't
the whole
really. I
point
never
is
got
you need
into
to,
it.
yeah, you
so.
need to be like swept along with the thing, right? And if that's too bad.
I also have a problem with the idea. Like, I feel like the con part of the story is such an easy writing mechanism. Because, like, the whole point of it was for you to be kind of conned, right?
Right.
So, like, I'm not like watching the movie for the movie. I'm watching a movie because it's trying to do something to me, which is fine, right? Like, that's what a movie is supposed to do. It's supposed to make you feel.
Right.
But I don't know. I don't know if I liked it. I just was like, oh, I see what they did there, and it wasn't like it almost
It wasn't
felt
like,
like the
whoa, that
whole.
was awesome.
Yeah, it was like the whole movie was built up just for that moment. And honestly, too, I don't know if it's just that I think I like other movies with Redford and Newman better, and like watching them do the same old shtick. Their acting is literally identical to some of the other movies they were in together. Newman's brooding face
both of their
and-
acting is the same. Like they don't really.
It's like
you know,
throwing fucking
have a range.
DiCaprio and someone else on the screen again.
Yeah,
for
George
another
Clooney
movie.
or somebody.
Yeah.
Mm.
Right. I didn't get into it because of the sound. And then as the story, and I felt like the story was just so complicated. Every fucking scene, there was something different that was supposed to like manipulate you into thinking. And it was like, I don't know. Maybe I didn't have the energy for it, or I wasn't ready, or maybe I'm not a big fan of Ocean's 11 or any of the heist movies. Like
Yeah.
huge fan.
That could be it.
You
Yeah.
So
should
it might be
there's
that,
There's
too.
a Rick and
So-
Morty episode in the latest season where they really make fun of heist movies. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. It's awesome.
Yeah,
should
I
watch
don't
it.
know what it
You'd
was,
like it.
man. I just don't. I did, like I said, I didn't dislike it. Obviously, I agree with you guys that, like, I mean, come on, Redford and Newman it's just it's a duo.
It's fun. They're fun
But-
together. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, they just have a good time. They look like they're having fun. They look like they're enjoying their job, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't get into it like you guys did, but I wasn't sitting there going, fuck, so pissed I watched this movie, you know? So, because I think it's
Which
kind
again
of
is a
impossible.
pretty. That's above medium for you.
well,
really.
right.
This
Yeah.
kind of old movie.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
hate everything. I don't want to fucking live. I fucking hate movies. I hate things that are fun. I don't do things that are fun. Yeah, that's basically my usual. So
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, I honestly, other than that, I guess I went second because that's ultimately all I really have. I mean, I did think, the story is fucking pretty convoluted, right? Like so many fucking things happen. If you blink, you could maybe miss a section and you wouldn't quite know what's going on until they wrap it up in some other manipulative way.
Yeah.
But, I'm still with you guys, watching Newman and them. To me, it wasn't spectacular because I've seen it before,
Mhm.
but they also don't disappoint you, right? So
I can't imagine this movie. I mean, this movie is as good as the Ocean's movie, like any of the Ocean's movie, if not better, I thought.
Mhm.
And those movies are pretty enjoyable, but I don't kind of watch those for the story. It's kind of just, I
Right.
don't even know what it is. It's a
You're
fun
there
ride.
for the twist, and you're also there
Yeah.
to watch a bunch of famous people being famous, sort of.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And having
being
fun,
like
kind of.
cool, yeah, right, and be like getting over on the man.
Yeah.
And for all like the Ocean 11 movies, I found all the, it's like all you have to do is become the top level security guard at this high thing casino, and then you can let us in, and this guy that gets crushed into a box can sneak in through the grate, and like that stuff.
That's all you
seems
got to do.
totally unbelievable. This movie, it would be very hard to pull this off, but it was like based enough from reality where I was like, oh yeah, if you were motivated enough and there was enough money and you had all these talented people to pull off this kind of heist, you could probably do it. I mean, everyone would have to be a great actor. You wouldn't be able to break character once. You'd have to have the resources and the luck to not get caught by anybody. Like it would be hard to do, but at least it wasn't like, I don't know, just instantly unbelievable like some of the Ocean or all of the Ocean's movies, basically. And do you guys? I mean, Brad Pitt is Robert Redford. They're the same person.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
can see that. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I even just
That-
like watching
yeah.
him do his like some of the facial expressions that Redford does and some of the movements and the voice, everything about him. Basically, I was like, that's Brad Pitt. Like I can see Brad Pitt wearing a little slightly different mask, but he pretty much
Right.
looks like Brad Pitt too.
And the grin he does, that little like that little smirk.
the
and
the cocky
mannerisms
grin,
definitely,
yeah.
like that's like his sort of like he's boyish, sort of.
Yeah.
And this sort of style of character where he's like, you like him, but he doesn't take care of himself, and he doesn't make good decisions. It's kind of like also the style of character is very similar.
That
That's
is true.
true.
Yeah.
At least in
Taking
this
care
movie.
of, I don't know about you guys. Taking care of yourself's fucking pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Especially if you're like him and you just get money and throw it away
Oh
immediately.
yeah, and it makes and it's like that's really stupid, but it sounds like yep, that's what he does. I bought it.
The best part was like they're like, "How much you lose?" And he's like, all of it. It's like that is the absolute
I'm just
reaction
surprised
of
if he
anyone
knew
that does
place. You'd think he would have known that the game was rigged.
I thought the same thing. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of stuff in this movie where I second guessed it, but it has such an attitude of like being whimsical or something. Like it's not, I don't know. It's more fun than anything. So it's easy to forgive some of the dumber parts of the movie.
Yeah. It's still, but it's whimsical, but serious enough that or at least for me, it was still serious enough that I got absorbed and cared. So
were you, so I don't know if I cared. I was definitely into it, but I didn't like feel for the characters. I didn't feel, because I definitely thought
not
that.
Real emotional, but I was like happy that he didn't
Were
die.
you sad when, okay, I was not necessarily happy or sad. I was surprised, but I didn't care really. I was like, oh, okay, they're gonna kill Redford here. Okay, that's a pretty good twist.
No,
as opposed to like, no, Redford, no.
Oh my God.
I was
Really? Okay, so you got into it a little bit emotionally.
I'm gonna miss that smirk.
Oh, you did it, boy. That's sad. At least they don't show him dying in that one, I mean, they die horribly, but you don't see it.
And they show him die in this one, and he doesn't die.
Yeah.
Total switcheroo.
Yep.
See?
And they switch mustaches in those movies. You guys notice that?
Oh, no.
You got Newman with a mustache in this one. You got Redford with a mustache in that one.
See? Acting. These guys are talented.
Acting.
What do you think? What should we do for this one, sir? How about you guys just swap mustaches? A fucking genius.
Oh, great. Peels it off, sticks it on his lip.
That's it.
Yeah.
How did I not think of that? You're a fucking genius. I love Hollywood.
Yeah, I don't know. It was pretty funny. I was laughing throughout. I liked, they were just like, non-written moments. Like, I don't know, even like cute moments where Redford was like stuck in the back of the car being crushed between the two thugs.
Oh, yeah.
And he looks over at one of them and the guy looks over at him and he just like smiles at him. I laughed pretty hard when that happened. It was
good. It was a good moment. Yeah.
Yeah. And there's a bunch of moments like that where it's not so much like the lines are hilarious, although there are some pretty funny ones, but like just the way they act. Yeah. Just makes it's like really, I don't know, it's fun and funny.
Well, his character is like, he's just, I don't know. He doesn't care. He's just, I don't know. He just doesn't feel like he has anything to lose. And so he still has a little bit of fun with that. And I kind of like that style.
Yeah.
And he's Robert Redford. So he's like, I'm Robert
So
Redford.
he's a stud. Nothing you can say.
Yeah.
Can you believe this movie won Best Picture at the Oscars?
What did it beat out?
Really?
That's a good question. This is like, just thinking about Best Picture winners, this is like a popcorn movie. This is a blockbuster popcorn movie.
Yeah.
And it won Best Picture.
I guess it didn't win Best Sound, though, huh?
I guess not.
Better not have. Play that much. I heard a couple pops
No, it didn't get nominated for sound.
What the fuck is this? Is this a real movie or what?
A Touch of Class, American Graffiti, The Exorcist, and Cries and Whispers.
Okay.
Cries and Whispers is an Ingmar Bergman movie.
Oh, Ingmar Bergman.
This is a good year for movies, just looking at this list, because The Exorcist was the highest grossing movie of all time the year it came out. And The Sting was the fourth highest grossing movie of all time when it came out.
Wow.
I was trying to read up about the Oscars, and I get what I get Trump's quote on the Academy Awards.
What did he say?
So Parasite, which again, our last podcast, a fantastic movie. This is from him at a recent rally through BuzzFeed reporting on this. By the way, how bad were the Academy Awards this year? Did you see? And the winner is a movie from South Korea. What the hell is that all about?
Oh, my
We got enough problems with South Korea with trade. On top of it, they gave him the best movie of the year. Was it good? I don't know.
Oh, man. What an ass.
Then he goes, let's get Gone with the Wind. Can we get like Gone with the Wind back, please?
Oh, my God.
God,
You're fucking racist.
Yeah, he really knows how to play up his constituents.
Racist.
Yeah.
If you don't think that's racist, you're racist.
He's either, I've thought about this, he's either borderline dumb or he's a genius.
Oh, he's dumb.
I just know he's not. He's a demented adult, but it's hilarious. Was it good? I don't know.
But he knows when he says that everyone else in the room's going to go, I didn't watch that shit. Koreans did it.
I don't like to read either.
We hurt them anyway, so whatever.
Right. What, you telling me I got to read the screen too and watch it?
Kidding.
Fuck you, man. Yeah. I got grass to cut, fucking cows to fuck you, man. I ain't watching that Korean shit. Yeah, that's my, okay.
And we lost 90% of our fans.
And you realize this is the problem, right? Like condescending liberals
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
edit that bit out. Come on, we don't.
No, I'm
need
not
to-
gonna.
Oh, okay.
And we don't have.
It's
we don't have.
fine. This
we
is
have
the
no censors.
discourse we're
Okay.
in. It's fine. I don't know what politics are. I didn't watch it. Who knows? What is it?
Yeah.
Who knows? Yeah.
Is it good? I don't know. That's pretty good. I like that.
I can literally picture him saying that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
People are probably cheering the entire time.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I thought it was
Yeah.
great. Yeah, we don't know. We
Yeah.
don't watch. We have no idea. It was
Right.
foreign. That's all we care about. It's like the Mexicans. We don't know them, but we want to kill them and get them out of here and take their children away from their parents. We don't know. Are they good
That's
people?
right.
We don't know.
We don't know. Obama was from there, I think.
Yeah, we don't care.
know?
Whoa, hey guys, hey,
Yeah,
getting real political over here.
Okay, well, whatever. Okay.
Oh, a real parasite.
That was a
Uh,
first. I'm
Trump,
not editing
huh?
any of that shit out because it was relevant to movies. Thank you, John.
Yeah, that was just a great
Well,
quote.
that's pretty funny because, that guy that might go down in history now as amazing filmmaker. So,
Oh, he will. He is.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
fucking A.
it's almost even more promotion. Go ahead, say that. There's a bunch of
That's
people that
true.
were in that room that were probably like, I didn't even heard of that movie. Let's go watch it, and they probably will. So, fuck it.
Until for 5 minutes and they shut it off. You're like, oh, I can't read. This is way too fast.
I don't know. What I think about a lot of the people in the central and southern, they're not stupid. They just live in a place where there's a bunch of people that are crazy. So they don't like to talk about how they disagree with them.
I thought you were going to be sensitive to that
No.
for a second.
No,
there,
no,
TC.
I think that there's a lot of good people in the Middle America and South America, and they're good people at heart. So I don't think they're all racist pricks. And some of them are smart and want to learn. So it's more fucking publicity for the movie. I'm like, talk y'all for it.
That's
Fuck
fair.
it.
Yeah.
So the
I agree.
Sting won 7 awards at the Academy Awards. It did
Indeed.
get Best Picture, beating out American Graffiti, Francis Ford Coppola film, Cries and Whispers.
I already
Ingmar
read all
Bergman.
these. Were you not listening?
What's that?
I already read all these.
What? Really?
Yeah. I said, remember when I was saying Ingmar Bergman? I was saying Bergman,
Jesus,
John.
where was my head?
Bergman.
I was sitting there reading the political articles. Crap.
You know
Sorry.
what it is that you're still in analyst mode.
Yeah, that's it. Sorry.
Must collect and repeat data. Must.
Ooh,
collect.
George Lucas directed American Graffiti. I remember when he did something other
No, he
than
wrote
Star
it. He
Wars.
didn't direct it.
Oh, Best Director, George Lucas, American Graffiti.
Oh, what?
Yes.
I thought Francis Ford Coppola directed it.
What do we got here? That's Best Picture. Interesting. He was the producer.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
Oh, George Lucas did write it, though. Okay, but he also directed
But
it.
he also
huh?
directed it. Yeah.
Cool. Thanks, John. I learned something.
There we go.
I like
Wow.
learning something.
Oh, man.
It wasn't for the best score. Did you like that ragtime music?
That was an original, though. That
No, it was from the
Entertainer.
early 1900s.
Because otherwise, I didn't really notice much in the score. The Entertainer is a fantastic song, but yeah,
Entertainer. That's how you pronounce it. Actually.
Entertainer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see.
The infallible John. Entertainer.
I'm still trying to read.
I can't talk and read.
I don't know what to do. I think there's things that I gotta say, but I can't stop reading. So
I feel like all of our dumb person jokes are just Brian Regan.
They are. Yeah.
I can't read the things.
I can't read stuff. I'm lost. Who are you guys?
Oh, The Sting was nominated for Best Sound, though, TC.
No.
Yeah, didn't win, but there you go.
Yeah. But
The
someone
Exorcist-
nominated it, and they were
The
like,
Exorcist won for Best Sound.
"What?"
Well, to be fair, it was Paper Moon, The Paper Chase, The Day of the Dolphin, The Exorcist, and The Sting.
So there wasn't
Boy,
much
that
competition.
was a rough day.
A lot of
when that
paper-
dolphin
There was a
came.
Paper-based movies in the
was a
Dolphin
competition.
rough
vacuum
month.
cleaners. What is the Day of the Dolphin? What happens in the Day of the Dolphin? I mean, what?
A marine biologist teaches his dolphins to communicate in English, but shady characters plan to kidnap the trained mammals for a more sinister purpose.
So this sounds like
There should have
something.
been like a more sinister porpoise. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
like, when George just got,
Daddy.
yeah. Here's the like on the poster. Unwittingly, he trained a dolphin to kill the president of the United States.
Oh, look here, guys. We're gonna get him. We're gonna take him down and we're gonna fuck him up. You heard me, right? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, baby. Let's go.
Yeah.
Fuck
How
face
does that
one,
work?
fuck face
It's like,
two.
is there a dolphin making his way to the White House?
Yeah. With Timmy Kneebuckle pushing him on. Right?
Yeah.
That'd be great. Yeah.
Hold on, guys. Just need to get a drink.
I guess the president's on the yacht or something, because otherwise the dolphin's going to have a rough time.
No,
getting
he's
a
at
taxi.
Mar-a-Lago. Come on.
Yeah,
We'll get there.
maybe. Yeah,
He's
maybe at a
waddling. He's got a
resort,
suit
yeah.
on. He's taking small steps with his one
Yeah.
tail.
Yeah. Hey, give a dolphin some booze. You'd be surprised what it can do.
Is the dolphin gonna? What else is the dolphin gonna? Is the dolphin gonna like poke him? What? Does the dolphin have explosive? How does this work?
He's going to drag him down.
He's going to drown him. Yeah. Like they do with everybody else.
Oh, yeah. There we go. Okay.
I thought it was great how like the intro to Paul Newman's face in this movie was him on the ground with his face shoved into the wall. He was drunk.
Drunk
like
asleep,
his big intro to the movie.
Yeah.
Did you guys think that it was Paul Newman doing the magic tricks?
Didn't think twice.
Looked fine. Was
it
him?
a magician?
Wouldn't be surprised.
It was not him.
Oh, no. Okay.
I thought it was him. It looked like it was totally him doing it, but apparently there's an edit in there somewhere where it cuts from like one person's hands as it pans up to Newman. I didn't see an edit there though. It's pretty good.
Some nerd was like, you could clearly see the vein in his left hand does not match.
Are you ready for another question? What is past posting? That was something Robert Shaw asked Robert Redford when he's like, how are you doing that? And he's like, I can't tell you. And he's like, are you past posting? I was like, what the fuck does that mean?
What was he doing that he was asking him what he was doing?
He was doing the what he was making him think he was doing was talking to his friend at Western Union to get the results of the race, like a whatever.
Oh, it's late betting or past posting is making a bet after the time when no more bets are to be taken. It's considered cheating.
Yeah, I see. It's a cheat.
Yeah, but if you can get away with it, fuck.
Yeah, it's late betting from
gambling.
Wikipedia. Past posting.
That's a good little factoid. At least we got some factoids here.
Got one for you there.
Oh, here's another question, John. What is a blue plate special?
That's just like at any diner. It just has a blue plate special, and then Kmart had the blue light special. But
I didn't learn anything, John. I learned nothing. Whatever you said had no information in it.
All right. Well, now I'm going to type it into the Google machine, or it's a term.
I want you to read Google to me, John.
And Canada by restaurants, Wikipedia, especially by diners and cafe. It refers to a low-priced meal that usually changes daily. The term was very common from the 20s through the 50s. What's the origin, though? The origin. It's not sure.
Wow, the suspense.
The origin
really
and explanation of the phrase are
tonight.
unclear. Yeah. During the Depression, one person here states a manufacturer started making plates with separate sections for each part of the meal, like a frozen dinner tray. It seemed that they were only available in the color blue. There you
go. Did you guys notice there was a facial expression at the end of each scene? They would have their faces on the screen, and they'd either be looking upset or they'd be looking happy away from other people.
No, is that, I guess, just by design, huh?
Yeah, it was a way to show you like whether or not their plan, since we were not privy to the overall plan, like what parts that just happened were like a part of the plan, or now they're going to have to like figure out a way to adjust because something just happened differently than what they had expected.
Okay, This is riveting. Riveting stuff.
That was good.
What did you expect, TC? This is an old movie. Are you guys ready for trivia?
Sure.
Sounds like so.
I thought we were getting trivia.
I thought we were already on
This is not trivia. Those are supposed to be questions. Questions I did not know the answers to is not trivia, John.
You just no. You just did did you notice the expressions at the end of every scene? That's trivia. That's downright trivia.
Well, that might not be true. I noticed that and I said it out loud.
He wrote a note that he can barely read, and that's what he came up with. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Indeed.
Anyway,
handwriting is not getting better. Interpretation of handwriting getting better.
Carry on.
You know what con artist stands for? Con artists used to be called confidence men.
Oh, okay.
And it was because the main job of these people was not to lie, but to build the confidence in the person that they were eventually going to help them get a big score. But in reality, they were really going to trick them at the end. Yeah.
Fuck.
They got them to trust them. And then at the end, when they're like, all right, dude, just give me the 10,000. I'll go get the million. They get the 10,000. They fucking run.
That's, good people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not terrible because the way they were describing it is the screenwriter of this movie. He read a lot of books about these people and they were real. Like all the slang and these types of crimes were all pretty accurate for the time. Mm-hmm. And they weren't necessarily considered bad people because they only stole from people who could afford to be stolen from. They would steal from corrupt government agencies, like at the beginning of the movie, like where they're, I don't know what they were collecting, gambling money or something, but they'd steal only from people who are like bad people, basically, for the most part.
Oh.
So they were kind of like Robin Hood, except for they didn't give back to the poor. They just stole from the rich and then gambled it all away.
Hey, wow, what a good, I mean, come on, it's kind of fun. We're going to take from these assholes and then we're just going to blow it because we don't give a shit.
Because we can do it again tomorrow.
Yeah, right. I lost all of it.
They played a lot of jokes on each other. The biggest joke was that both Newman and Redford had Porsches on set, and when it wasn't their time to shoot, they'd go and like polish them and hang out by them and like, enjoy them.
Wow.
One day,
Enjoy
Newman, enjoy, like, I don't know, sit in them, look cool around
Like,
them. I don't know.
everybody does.
Yeah,
In
like a
a way, it's
typical guy.
actually, at least they like valued them. They didn't take them for granted. So they were like, I don't know, they were happy they had
No,
Porsches.
they sat. John, let's get to brass tacks here. They had them on set so they could show them off
That's
to
fair.
all the women walking around doing real work.
Maybe.
Right? I mean, fuck off. That's fucking bullshit.
They actually had to, on that, like, they had to hide themselves a little bit when they were shooting on location because they were so famous at the time that they would draw crowds and it would fuck up the shoot.
Oh, I'm
So they'd
sure.
have to go like incognito, and sometimes they would have to close down the set for the day
Oh.
where they were shooting because the crowds were just out of control.
Yeah, so let's bring a Porsche to set.
Well, they
Yeah,
had to
okay.
leave
Well,
the
the
Porsche
Porsche
behind.
Yeah, they had to leave those. The Porsche times were at the studio when, you know,
Right,
they were
when they're on
closed
the
off
lot
from
and everyone's
the regular
closed
people.
off and right.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
were there jokes involving the Porsches?
There was one day, Paul Newman stole Robert Redford's keys from set, stole his car, and hid it, and pretend like he didn't know what happened.
Nice. No.
So,
Oh, man, these
Redford
guys
thought
have
he
too much
lost his
time on
car.
their hands.
yep.
Yeah.
Kinda
funny,
Rich
but, like,
movie star
Jesus.
pranks.
I know. That's totally what that is, right? Like, Jesus, that's funny.
But they had a really fun time on set.
Yeah, I feel like Hollywood had a more fun time, especially if you were a white male back in the 70s and 80s than they're doing now, right? It's a fucking job
Yeah.
now. Back then, it was just like fucking show up. You bring
They were
your
saying
Porsche.
that, yeah.
Think you're bringing your Porsche to set now? Fuck no. No way are you bringing your Porsche to set. We start at 8. We end at fucking 7. That's the end of it. You get 30 minutes for lunch. Everyone on set, let's go. Back to 1. Hurry up.
Pretty much.
That's
And
what
it's
it is
mostly,
now.
they were blaming the fact that the movie industry now is it's so successful that everything is so expensive that there's no room
There's
for
no room
anything.
for error.
Like,
Nope.
yeah,
Nope.
like
And
if you delay 15 minutes, that's $16,000 basically.
Dude,
if you're working
and
for
the
a
budgets
studio.
are so tight and they're getting tighter and tighter. They're trying to do more with less always. Timelines are
Yeah.
so constricted that they actually don't have any time. The launch dates for everything are so tight to them finishing on time that there's no room for error. And when there is, it's a fucking nightmare. So yeah,
Yeah.
there's no showing up, stealing people's cars and wasting time.
yeah.
Like, yeah. Not a
Old,
thing.
wasteful time Hollywood when people were having
Yeah.
fun, getting paid big
Well,
bucks. Yeah.
Some people were not having fun. That's the problem.
Yeah. There was, I don't know if you noticed this, TC, but there was no underscore in this movie, and that was intentional. The music only played when, like, during montage parts where people were, like, traveling around and stuff like that.
Right. So we just had to hear ADR that sucked instead. Cool.
Yeah, maybe the ADR
Great.
wouldn't have sucked as bad if there was some music obscuring it a little bit.
Nah, it just sounded like they didn't record it right. So like they had these situations in a room and they were recording it right on the mic. Like, oh, you were talking like on a radio. And like they're supposed to be 7 feet from the camera. You're not supposed to hear
How
the
much do you
voice
wanna
that
bet?
close.
That like both Redford and Newman were like, oh man, my voice is so good and classic. I need to get my voice recorded really good here because people are going to want to hear me nice and up and close.
Yes. 100% would think that has something to do with it. Yes.
Yeah.
Which is
Probably
why the
written in their
ancillary,
contract or something.
or they just saw the cut and were like, I need to sound better. I don't sound good. Or even the studio might have done it. I don't know. Who knows? But either way, they were not treating the ancillary characters the same way as they were the stars. That's for sure. And I'm not sure that's a smart move. Either ADR
No.
everything so you can add in the backgrounds and the noise and the things that
If it's
put
all the
you in
same.
place. Right. If it's all
Yeah.
the same, your brain finishes the thought. But if you're cutting between, I'm telling you guys, this really, like, I was sitting there and just being like, again. Like, I'm like, instead of watching the movie, I'm critiquing the sound for like the first 25 minutes. And then finally I was like, all right, it's not going to get better. It's just not going to get better. Luckily, there were a bunch of scenes towards the middle and the end where they must have recorded them correctly in the rooms because I did notice it stopped. So there must have just been some reason. We don't know what it is, but really took me out of it. But maybe the fact that there was no underscore has something to do with it, right? There's
Accentuated it,
nothing
yeah.
else to listen to.
Man, that sucks because
Yeah.
that would have bothered me too if I had noticed it because that kind of thing definitely bothers me, but
Yeah,
don't know.
headphones was a bad call on this one.
it was a bad call.
Yep.
Robert Shaw's limp in this movie because, like, right before the first day of the shoot, he was playing handball and tripped on the ball and sprained his ankle really bad.
Oh,
He
jeez.
came into set for the first day and went to the director and was like, hey, man, I got to be honest with you. Like, it wasn't anything bad. I wasn't getting in fights or anything. Robert Shaw was known to be like a really pretty hardcore
Fight
fighter,
around
drunk
the
kind of guy.
world.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
basically.
Yeah.
But he's like, it wasn't that, man. I was just playing handball and I twisted my ankle and I got this bad limp. If you want to fire me, kick me off the picture, I totally understand. And George Roy Hill was like, all right, walk over there. All right, walk back here. All right, that's a part of your character.
You got a limp now. Yeah.
That's basically what he did.
That's funny. I mean, nowadays, that's gotta suck, right? Because that's just a freak accident. Although,
Yeah.
what are you doing playing handball day before the fucking shoot, man?
I mean, handball's not that dangerous, right?
Everything's dangerous if it's fucking physical.
We
If
got to
you're
stay in
supposed to be-
shape, man.
Yeah, but you do that. If you're staying in shape, you're doing that for every day of your life, right? And you're just going to the gym. You're not fucking playing handball where you could twist an ankle and.
Not if
Tear
you're
an
a crazy
ACL.
drunk.
True.
Maybe you play handball.
No,
He does look like a handball kind of
honestly,
guy.
he probably thought to himself, like, dude, I wasn't fucking doing my usual. I chose handball because that was the good play.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, there was a story where he, in the middle of the shoot, he invited the director, George Roy Hill,
Yeah.
to his house, or like they were in Ireland and they went around to a 2-day pub crawl. And the director said he thought he hit every single bar in Ireland. And he passed out on the second day at Robert Shaw's house, woke up in the middle of the night. Robert Shaw was in his underwear in the basement playing ping pong with somebody he had never seen before, saying, one more game.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that's funny.
Wow.
So he's out of control. And I don't know if you noticed, but the one scene I noticed this where Redford's hand looked kind of weird, his right hand. There was one scene where he was sitting in the back of the car, squished between the two thugs, and his hand looked kind of stiff.
Huh.
And I don't know if it was like, if he was trying to look cool or what, but I noticed it. But he apparently broke his thumb a couple weeks before the start of the shoot in a skiing accident. And he was supposed to be wearing a cast, but he didn't want to have a cast for the movie for obvious reasons.
Right.
So he didn't wear a cast when he should have. So the entire time he was shooting, apparently there's other parts in the movie where you can watch him like pick up a fork with his fist and not use his thumb, like hold it between his fingers and not his thumb,
Wow.
because he has a broken thumb without a cast on.
That's, God, these people do some crazy shit for these roles.
Yeah.
Did he have to get it like rebroken or something at that point? I don't know. Usually
Maybe he's really good at
usually it's
holding
not a
it.
good idea, right?
No,
Yeah.
I mean, because the bone will set all awkward. So, yeah, they probably had to go in and re-break it. That's what happened when I broke my arm years ago when I got splinted in the middle of Pennsylvania. And then my dad showed up and, laid into the guy like, what are you fucking doing to this kid? He's 16 years old and you put him in a splint? That's what you do for a 90-year-old woman that never is going to use her arm again. But, like, if you fucking let the
Jesus.
bone heal in the wrong way, there's nothing you can do except re-break it and start
Yeah.
over. That's a ballsy move. Like,
It is.
I guess he probably doesn't
He's
play any
committed to his
instruments.
craft.
If he doesn't play any instruments, then, right? Because, I mean, that, for me, that would be out.
What else you got? So did you guys think the person who was the diner, the woman at the diner who ended up being a love interest, who ended up being the assassin, was that all pretty surprising?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was shocked. Well, again, they set it all up so you thought that the shadowy guy that was trailing Redford was going to kill him.
Right.
So, I mean, it was like, aside from the ketchup spot that appears on her forehead,
Oh, you didn't like that?
it didn't look, it wasn't too realistic, but it's okay.
I kind of liked
But
it.
it was
Didn't
shocking.
play-
It was
didn't
still
play for you,
shocking that
John?
she got shot.
They shot her in the head with a paintball gun.
Oh, ow.
Yeah. They did it
Hey,
twice.
stay
The
put.
first time
Stay
they had
put.
to redo it because she blinked.
What I
Oh
tell
my
you?
God.
Don't move. Don't move.
Oh, my God.
She's like, what was wrong with that? She's like, you blinked. And she's like, yeah, you shot me in the head with a paintball. And he's like, not going to work.
did she knew that's what was going to happen? I didn't.
Wow.
Oh, man.
No, she was just like, all right, I'll stand here and you shoot me in the head and that'll be
And-
the shot. And she blinked and he's like, that doesn't play, dude. You can't blink. You got to do it again.
Mm.
When you hit me in the eye, what then, you fuck?
Yeah, no kidding. That's I don't think that'd fly today.
Yeah. No, he literally turned around and went, this guy doesn't have a fucking cast on. I don't want to see those eyes blink. Right? Like, he's picking up a fork with his fucking bottom
Mr.
of his
Shaw's
hand. Yeah.
ankle
Yeah.
is the size of a cantaloupe.
Yeah.
You fucking get shot
He's
one more
limping
time,
around.
right?
You can fucking not blink for 2 seconds, okay? No, don't pay attention to the Porsche. Actually, if it makes you not blink, look at the Porsche. I don't give a shit. All right, back to one.
Newman he was going to go have a meeting with the director one day. And as he was on his way, the director called him up somehow and said, hey, I don't have any beer or vodka. Could you pick some up? And Newman was like, sure. So he picked up vodka and beer, and they had the vodka and beer. And at the end of the meeting, Newman was like, you owe me $8 for the vodka and beer. And the director was like, no way, dude. So they had a fight about this for a while. Newman went to his office one day and literally sawed his office desk in half and then left the office.
What? $8?
And then 4 months later, Universal Studios sent a bill to Newman for $800 for the table that was sawed in half. But they didn't know George Roy Hill, the director, sold the table to Newman for money, and then Newman was renting the table back to George Roy Hill. So then he sent a message to Universal being like, you actually owe me $1,200 for the rental money from George.
Can you imagine this is what's going on while they're trying to shoot a movie and the studio
That's
people
so
are like,
confusing.
these fucking assholes are such a pain in my ass, right?
They're out of control. That's like the
Yeah.
most absurd thing I've ever heard.
God, I hate these people.
It's not even like that crazy, but like, why would that ever happen? Why would that series of events
Well,
happen?
like, that's their fucking normal state of thought process. It's like, this is what, like, they are so in a different world than the rest of us. They have to find a problem, right? Like we all like problems ultimately because it makes us do things correctly or whatever, right? This was his problem, right? Was the fucking table and an $8 thing of vodka. Like, there's literally
What a good
nothing- like,
life.
how good of a life is that? If
Such
that's
good
what
life.
you're worried about, right? Like oh fuck, man. I don't know. I mean, I'm envious, but at the same time, I'm not. Like, I'm kind of glad that's not what I'm focused on.
Yeah.
Like,
Seems kind of like a pointless
like
trying to make trouble for yourself.
Trivial thing to fucking, wow.
Yeah.
The studio is just like, dude, you owe us for the table. He's like,
Wait, it was Newman? It was Newman? What the fuck?
damn it.
We like Newman.
yeah. Yeah, he sawed the damn thing in half and he left me a fucking thing of Caesar. I don't know what to do.
There's a salad dressing joke. I got that, TC.
Yeah. Thank you, Daddy. Thank you.
I was wondering when the salad dressing joke was going to come.
Hey, yeah, have at least one, you know?
Yeah. The diner where Newman, it's Newman, eats. No, it's Redford. Redford eats at the diner. That diner is the same diner that's in Back to the Future.
No shit.
It's the diner at the Universal Studios lot, and apparently they used it a lot.
I'm sure they do. They just redress it.
Yeah. And the last pieces of trivia are all money-based. This movie made $156 million at the box office with a $5.5 million budget. At the time, it was the fourth largest grossing movie of all time. Currently, adjusted for inflation, it's the 19th highest grossing movie of all time, which is still pretty impressive. It was in the theaters for over 2 years, 105 weeks total, and it holds the record for the slowest movie to get to $150 million in the box office.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
And they couldn't
pretty
spend
weird.
an extra fucking mil on the sound, huh? Okay.
I know, right? At least after they, get to 15 million, bring it back in and kind of clean up the sound a little bit. Nobody notices. Sounds
Yeah.
better.
Watch it through and go, hey guys, what do you think? An extra week? Like, honestly,
I didn't notice it, dude. Maybe
whatever.
maybe you need to turn a fan on and watch it on a TV or something like that.
no.
Just really muddy
I
the
think
sound
I'm
for
past
yourself.
that at this point. But yeah, that's for the people listening at home. If you're gonna watch this movie, do not watch it with headphones.
And that's it. That's all I got.
Okay.
Cool.
My computer battery might die in a moment, and I left my charger.
Oh, shit. All right, here we go, John.
let's
When you
wrap
put
it
in the
up.
top 250.
Oh man, it's tough. I think I might. It'd be pretty low on there, kind of a Groundhog Day spot,
What? Oh,
Ooh,
Jesus.
But yeah, I think I would.
249.
How dare you?
I'd put it up there.
Okay. TC, would you?
No.
I wouldn't either.
Ah,
Still worth a watch, though. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, if you, it's
enjoy
those
it.
two. You watch it for those two. It's really, I don't know. What?
yeah. If you like
Timmy,
Butch
did you have an
Cassidy,
opinion?
this is a good one.
I'm gonna fucking kill him with dolphins. That's what I know. We're coming for you, Redford. Newman, I didn't have a chance to get you, but I'll tell you, the rest of you fucks are giving you. I'm coming after you. I'm gonna get your fucking Porsche. I'm gonna come fucking get you with dolphins.
All right, guy. Have a good fucking day, huh?
All right.
All right.
All right. Next week, 19. Oh, this advertisement's the entire size of my screen. Who is this? This is Eric Bana taking over my goddamn screen with some TV show. Sacred Lies, The Singing Bones. What is this bullshit?
oh
Get out of
man,
here.
what? Say what? Oh man, okay.
I'm trying to get to the IMDb page.
I know,
It's fucking
Sacred
huge.
Lies,
Oh,
The
dude, I
Singing
know, they
Bones.
are.
I mean, wow.
Yeah.
There's
That's a
way
bunch
too
of-
much shit on
Anyway.
that website
Yeah.
these days.
All right, the commercial's done. It's 1987 Full Metal Jacket, directed by Stanley Kubrick.
All right, are you taking
One for the kids.
Yes.
Private Pie? What are you doing in my head? All right.
This will be a good one.
I think
Yep.
Timmy will have a lot to say about this one. So
Yeah,
it's
maybe
very
so.
good.
Timmy's turn to go first. He can actually, start the review
I think
process.
Timmy should start the whole thing next time. Let's do that. Yeah,
Yeah, put him more in the spotlight. That'll be good.
that's right. Hey, he needs it. He's dying in there. You know.
Yeah, he's got to come
Fucking-
over air more
Guy's
frequently.
losing his mind. He's hanging out with fucking dolphins. Like, come on.
Do you know, one
Nuts.
last tidbit here on Day of the Dolphin since I got it up here. It was originally going to be directed, this isn't so funny, by Roman Polanski,
great.
but he was going to write and the script too. He was, but that his wife was murdered. Sharon Tate was murdered at the time.
I was gonna go different. I was gonna go.
I
I
know,
was
I
actually
know.
until you said
I
those
was
last
like,
few
yeah,
words.
I was like, yeah,
followers of Charles
Polanski was up
Manson.
for it, but he was actually diddling dolphins, so they couldn't fucking let him
on
on set.
man.
Funny, sad, and then gross.
Yeah, no, you don't put that in the blowhole, dude. That's where they breed.
Oh, Jesus.
All right, on that note.
All right.
On that note, I gotta stop.
Anyway, I gotta get.
All right.
Good night. Good night.
Stop 'em.